All right, so the direction I'm going to go ahead and take this video in is just, as far as tracking macros, you are not going to get to 10 to 12 body fat percentage and still put on lean muscle mass, right? You're not going to get there if you're not tracking macros, right? The easiest way by far to hit 10 to 12 body fat percentage. Look, honestly, do what you want, right? But this video is for the people, who are really about this life or who are actually locked in, bro. For my men, bro, my women, if I have any female viewers at all. For those of you guys who really want to achieve your fitness and physique goals, bro, there's no excuses that you can't make. And tracking your macros, that's going to be the best way to go ahead and hit to reach your physique goals, right? Because you're no longer guessing when you're tracking exactly how many calories you're burning, how many calories you're consuming, your protein, carbohydrate intake, fats, bro. When you're tracking all of that stuff, you're removing the guessing factor when it comes to diets. People really believe that you can outwork a bad diet, bro. You can't. You can out diet bad exercise, but you can't out exercise bad dieting. That's just not how it works at all. And so when you do start tracking all of your macros, you remove all that guessing work because the average American, the average person in general, they are living their day-to-day life, right? Chipotle, bro, they don't even know how many grams like this is right here. They don't know the macros of this meal right here. Whole time they just consumed over 1,200 calories right here. Depending on what you put in this bowl. Because when it comes to Chipotle bowls, all right, for the most part, people go ahead and call it healthy. While I won't say that Chipotle is healthy, but I will say that it is healthier than most other fast food options. I'll definitely go ahead and take Chipotle. If I had to choose one, Chipotle or McDonald's for the rest of my life, I'm choosing Chipotle without even thinking about it because even though they're whole foods, right? Rice, chicken, beef. You have peppers. I guess lettuce, even though lettuce has little to no nutritional value at all. It's still the healthier option compared to McDonald's, right? Even though they cook these things in very highly inflammatory cooking oils, such as canola vegetable oils, and best believe these places are not cooking things in extra virgin olive oil or just regular olive oil at all. They're not doing that, or avocado. They don't care about us that much. They don't care about us at all, and that's something that you got to realize. Why even pay for poison, right? Why pay for poison? Because you there's no way. I've never heard somebody say, "I want to be fat." I've never heard anybody say that before. I've never heard anybody say, "Oh man, like I love like every morning I wake up, bro. I just love the fact that I'm obese." I've never heard someone say that in my entire life. Now, when it comes to tracking your calories, right? You do remove that guessing work from out of the equation because, like I was saying earlier, the average American, the average person in general, they're just grabbing whatever, they're eyeballing you, right? They're putting whatever on their plate, and they're like, okay, yeah. This mountain of food right here, like, yeah, I'll be satisfied with this whole time. Like, most people are overeating. They're overeating. They're overindulging, and it's gonna have to come to an end one day, especially if you're younger, right? Look, if you're younger, you're in your 20s, you're even younger than that. Being on top of your nutrition with the food that you put in your body is the going to be the best thing that you can ever do for yourself in your life. It's the best investment, the best self investment, because that's you investing in your health, which is you investing in your time. Time is something that you can't get back. When you do not have your time, when you don't have your health, that means that you just lost time, right? And you can't. That's not something that you can get back. When you lose your health, you look. I've preached this so many times, over and over and over again, right? You could have all the money, fame, success in the world, the best cars, fastest car, like you could have all of that good stuff, right? Biggest house. If you do not have your health, it's going to come a point in time where your body is going to get so tired of the neglect and it's going to start to break itself down. And depending on what it is that you have going on, for most people, I know type 2 diabetes is it's a huge issue in America right now. Obesity rates are, so we're sitting right at 42% for obesity rates, and then 74% of Americans are walking around just overweight. But that's them being on the borderline to being obese. And by 2030, it's predicted for half of the U.S. population, half of the U.S. adult population, to be obese. What are we doing? That's going to be 50%, bro. That's going to be 50%. So these are just things that you have to take, like, keep in mind, right? Because the biggest thing in America is that we love to eat for dopamine hits. We just like, oh man, I need something extra sweet, bro. I just need me a sweet treat, bro. I gotta have cake, bro, after I eat dinner, bro. It's like, how do we even get here? And obviously, it's, yes, it is still your fault, because nobody's forcing you nobody forced you to put five double stuffed Oreos, a whole box of double stuffed Oreos in your mouth. Nobody forced you to eat that, right? But on the other hand, it's also, our country's fault for, the FDA for allowing food manufacturers to go ahead and push this stuff out to our grocery stores. And these are food snacks that are genetically engineered to get you addicted, to ruin your cravings. It's going to make you want more. That's the biggest thing right there. You're going to want more. That's why it's much harder to binge eat some roasted potatoes, a bunch of potatoes, right? If you like snack on those compared to a box of Pop-Tarts. Because those box of Pop-Tarts, they have no nutritional value at all. All it's doing is spiking your insulin. Versus, the potatoes, like, you're getting vitamin K, potassium, iron, magnesium. You're getting so many nutrients from it because it's a nutrient dense food. And food, like I was saying, bro, we look at food as, for dopamine hits, or for pleasure, and that's the big issue in America. Food is for energy, food is for fuel. Food is used to give you the amount of energy that you need to go ahead and get through your day. Now, where a lot of people mess up is that for years and years and years, they've been cooking their brain, they've been frying, bro, they've been just destroying their stomach, their micro gut biome, and their brains. They've programmed their brains into thinking, oh man, like, I need to eat right now. It comes like, what, you just ate breakfast, like, well, okay, for breakfast, bro, you had 4 toaster strudels and, I don't know, like, freaking, oh, look, 4 toaster strudels, like maybe some biscuits as well. And when you just, bro, what are we doing? What is this? Why did you eat that? First thing that you did in the morning, you spiked the heck out of your insulin with toaster strudels. Now, I'm not sure what the amount of sugar is in that, just because, I've been out of the loop for a pretty long time in terms of, anything that's not whole food related. But when it comes to spiking your insulin first thing in the morning, as you already know, when you have a sugar spike, sugar rush, you're gonna come back crashing down, right? And this is why people they feel sluggish, they feel tired all the time, because they're constantly eating food pumped up with so much sugar, way too much sodium, and now all of a sudden, some months, even years pass by. Okay, and now you are type 2 diabetic, bro. That's not the goal at all. And so when you start tracking your macros, you just know what it is that you can and cannot have. Now, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy life, bro. You can definitely enjoy life and eat good food if it fits into your macros. Now, and if you don't know how to go ahead and track, first off, you need to figure out your total daily energy expenditure. That's where it all starts. And for that, you're just going to multiply your body weight times 10. If you want to lose weight, then that is going to be the amount of calories that you can consume, that you have to consume daily. That's the maximum. So, for example, if you weigh 160 pounds, just multiply 160 times 10. That's 1,600 calories. 1,600 calories that you are able to consume in one day, and that's all you can eat. It's going to be so easy to go ahead and get over half of those calories if you go first thing in the morning, you go to McDonald's. This is why you just need to eat whole foods, right? Eat whole foods. Stop doing all this goofy nonsense. Food is for energy, it's for fuel. It's not for constant dopamine hits all the time. People want to say, live a little, bro, live a little, live a little, live a little. But the thing about living a little is that if you are constantly in this unhealthy range, you can't always live a little. It's like, bro, you've been living a lot. So this is something that you need to take very seriously, especially as a human being in general, but especially as a man. If you're a man, but you have children, why would you put your health on the back burner, cook your health for so long, and now you can't even have fun with your kids? You can't even run around the house, run around outside, play with your kids because you're just like, oh, like daddy's tired, daddy doesn't have the energy for it. It's like, bro, I know for me, I don't want to ever go through something like that. I'm going to have plenty of time for my kids, plenty of time to play outside, run around, and, just like do what kids love to do. Don't ever put your health on the back burner. The second you put your health on the back burner for anything, because that's something that you should be prioritizing, that is the second when your body is going to, over a prolonged period of time at least, your body's going to, it's going to become fed up. Your body's going to get tired. It's going to be like, wow, I can't believe you started doing this to me. Like, you stopped taking care of me, and now, now I'm going to have to show you. And so that's when the body starts to break itself down. You start experience pain. You start to experience a bunch of things, right? But pain is going to be one of them, especially like if you end up being fat or obese. I'm telling you, I've never heard somebody say that they enjoy being fat or obese. It's just not, that's something that I've personally never heard. And if somebody tells you that, they're lying like heck, because when you are fat or obese, it will happen. It will lead to pain, because when you have excess amounts of weight on your body, you're putting more chronic stress. You're putting chronic stress on your joints and tendons, and that leads to pain. So take your health very, very seriously. I'm going to preach this every single video. This is really what this channel is about. Not only did I start up this channel so I could personally get better at public speaking, but also just because, health is something that you don't let this become a lost art. Everyone, this is a lifestyle. There will be people that will say that they'll get like an athletic trainer or something, right? Or they'll even start their own program. And luckily, they knew what they were doing. But they'll start up, their journey. They'll reach their goals, and then they'll be like, oh man, like I only had to do this for this long. They'll be thinking about it along the journey, right? Be like, oh, finally, I've reached my goals. Now I get to deviate and revert back to what I was doing, eating all this dumb nonsense that I was originally, that got me to the weight that I was at and put me in the health, got my health to where it was at previously, right? Don't do it. Like, don't do it, man. But so that's all I really have for y'all today. So if you tuned in, made it to this far in the video, please go ahead, subscribe to the video. I love pushing out these videos for you guys. I love, I'm not only am I learning, but, I'm also able to push out a good message, a healthy message to you guys, to prioritize your health and never put it on the back burner for anything. Because once you lose your health, you don't have anything. You have nothing without your health. Health is wealth. That's, the cliche, very quote unquote corny saying that health is wealth, when it truly is. Your health is everything. If you don't have that, you have nothing.